DOCUTAH Director Phil Tucker said what was promising to be the best documentary film festival yet had to be postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic.
But we had 5 full days with special events and these large crowds that we're used to that just would not be possible under the current stipulations.
A recent spike in COVID-19 cases in Utah caused restrictions on the number of people allowed in the theaters and planned special events, essentially forcing organizers to postpone DOCUTAH 2020 until March of 2021.
In reception, for instance, last year we had 224 tickets sold, and this year, in the same time frame with 10 days to go, we had 8, because people were spooked about coming, as well as the state of Utah saying, yeah, you can have your reception, but you can only have 20 people. We took the better option, which is just to lift the whole festival intact up and move it to March. And hopefully in a time when things will be less stressful in terms of the restrictions.
It will still feature 67 documentaries and fun-filled events.
Well, we still have planned an opening gala, which would be a reception tied to the film Into the Fire, a Utah boy's life in the blues. So this film about a guy from Moroni, Utah, who just as a kid, his dad brought home a tape that had been left in the Lost and Found in Moroni, which, if you've ever been there, is the little country town that time forgot. And this tape was Muddy Waters, and the father or the son had never heard of such a person, but the young kid, 12 years old, popped it in and heard the first 10 notes of Mannish Boy, bum, 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 bum. And that was it. He was hooked for life.
I think we need to keep it alive.
And so now he's in his 50s and has a blues band that travels all over the country and internationally and plays down and dirty Delta blues. And then we had the serious events, like we had a great film, and we still have it, and we still will have it, about a filmmaker who had actually had a film in DOCUTAH in years past, but subsequently he had been diagnosed with cancer of the larynx and had his larynx removed. So he has to speak with one of the electronic voice enhancers. And not only did he not let that stop him, he found out about a group that had a choir of people that have these cancerous growths removed from their larynx and have to learn to speak all over again. And they put together a choir to sing in their various methodology of making their voice be heard. And films like that deserve to be seen. They're all part of DOCUTAH, and anybody that wants to look and see what could have been and what still will be can go on DOCUTAH.com.
Tucker says there will be 2 DOCUTAHs next year, with the other in November.
In order to prepare for the one in November, we have to open submissions up in January, like we always do, and that will be under planning and progression at the time that we're having the festival in March.
From Dixie State University, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.